Welcome everyone. We will be starting off really soon, right? With our workshop series, right? So this is the third workshop where we will be uh, taking you out in more details regarding how you can, keep your journey, continue your journey, right? And go deeper with your development aspect with the ICP, right? So we're gonna wait for 2, 3, 4 minutes max, right? And then we start off, right? And if you have any questions regarding till here, right? Regarding the previous workshops, right? Have you guys have tried out or gone through the technical documentation that we have provided? Let us know. And if you have any questions regarding the same, do drop it in the chat box. So we'll start off in the next 2 to 3 minutes max. I think we can start off right, and I think more and more people will keep on joining up, right? And if we have they can see it on later on in a recorded series as well, right? So we will be starting off today's lecture about development on ICP, right? So over to you. Please start the lecture.
So tomorrow we learn about how we can build a backend over TypeScript. So today we are going to learn about how we can connect the front end with backend. Okay. So now let me just present my screen first.
Yeah, can you please speak a bit louder or increase the settings, right, so that people can hear you?
Is it all right?
Now, yeah, now it's all right.
Okay. So let me just open the VS Code and open the project first. So this was a project on which we were working on yesterday. So last time there was an error. So this wasn't the project. This was.
I think there is some network lag at your end, right? Can you switch off your camera, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So as you can see over here, so we were building some backend over the computer computers, and we were building smart contract to store our data, wasn't it? And we got some error yesterday. So that error was something like this. Try to figure it out. And that wasn't type error. Turned out, so we just need to specify the type. Okay. So we just convert it this user info into TypeScript type, and we stored it inside of a variable. That was error. Instead of storing that thing inside the variable, we need to specify a type of user info, and that error was gone. And let me show you how. So let me show you how we can store the data in the pattern with the help of key value pairs. So the stable B-tree map stores the data inside the stable memory of the ICP, and helps us to give the data in the form of key value pairs. So text is the key, and user info is the value. And let me just draw this contract again. Let me just start with the text first. Let's see it's code. Let me just open the tab of terminal. And now we're going to run the command that is inputs deploy. So we just need to deploy the backend only. So for the backend, we just need to specify the name of the backend canister. Test underscore backend. And it will start to build our canister. So let's wait for a while. Then we are ready to test our canister, which has been built. And let's try this out. As you can see, there are fields generated. So what this interface is called? This is called candidate UI. So this is more like Postman in the. This is more like a Postman. There we test our APIs in the web. So over here we can test our RPCs properly. Okay. So if you deploy this on mainnet, you can log in with your internet identity. So what is internet identity? Internet identity is just a method of authentication in internet computers. Okay, you can log in with an anonymous identity from which so nobody can trace that identity. Okay, so that is unique for every platform. So let me show you. So first of all, we just need to specify the key over here. So over here could be name, and username could be use 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's write some random text. And you can write some validations over here. If you want to put some validations, you can put that as well. You can write the code for it. Over here, we just need to specify the so quickly on Q. And let me call this up. Then you would be able to see. Okay, now it is also giving us error. Let's see what is error. So you just leave this canister first. Okay. Let me just leave this canister so that we can deploy this again without any error. Yeah. Now we are good to go. Let's deploy this again. So it will take some time after we have cleaned this canister. So what happens when we clean our command, when we run this clean command? So it clears out every single thing inside ISLA library. So canister has to be from starting. So whenever we redeploy the canister, so the upgrade command starts. So the WASM file deletes automatically, and the new WASM file will generate it. Okay. So let's see for a while. Okay. So a new canister ID has been generated. Yes, put this up. Let's hit random. Yeah, now we can see. So what happens when I hit a random? So when I hit a random, it automatically puts some random data inside it. Okay. So we need to write anything manually. Okay. So we can write things manually, and we can type things over here. Rather than we can just hit random as well. So over here, I have this key that is K5P, something like that. And I just need to copy this up and put it over here. And with this, I'm getting my data in the form of an object. And that's how you can store the complex data out of it. So let's create an a complex website, okay, complex dream app which will help you out to figure out the things, okay. So now let's create a simple application that stores the data inside it, okay. Right now we're going to create a to-do list, okay. So let's create a to-do list and let's see how we can integrate that thing with friend, okay. So I told you about record yesterday, and I told you how we can store our data inside this stable arbitrary. So let's use the same thing over here, and let's change some things over here. Okay. So over here there would be user ID, and let's delete user name from here, and let's write at the type of text and the description heading and body should also be in the kind of text. And we can change its name, and we can write title or list, and over here type would change. So over here they would be list.
Can you please check the micro headphones once? The voice is a little bit distorted.
Okay, let me just skip second. Let me just rejoin
Yeah.
this meeting.
Yeah, please. So guys, he's rejoining. I think there is some issue with the voice, right? We're getting that done, right? In the meantime, we have dropped ICP Philippines hub, right? Regular basis, ICP Hub Philippines organize a lot of events like hackathons. So whoever have joined from Philippines, please follow that Twitter handle, right? So that you get the latest updates regarding that, right?
Yeah. Is it all right now?
Yeah, now it's quite better. Yeah, please start.
Yeah. So now we can see over here that we have specified the type list.
Your
And
your your screen is not shared.
let me just present it again. And I think we are good to go. So let me just change the name of the type, that is list. And over here, we need to specify the type which we are referring to. That would be a list. And over here, instead of writing user info, we need to change it to the list. And let's delete this create function from here as we don't need it anymore. So over here there would be list, and we need to specify the list over here. And we have created a type over here whose name is list, and we need to give it over here. We pass it and tell them which type are we going to set. There are some things which are going to change. So that is heading and body. So these two arguments has to be taken from the user. So what we need to do is, instead of writing the list over here, we are going to take two arguments in the form of text. And over here we can write body and heading. Yeah. So we have specified user ID. So yeah, there would be a user ID. So the unique ID. And instead of writing email over here, we're going to specify adding, which is equals to, let's differentiate this argument name. So we can write user heading and user dot. Now it is all right. User dot. So user heading, and over here we are going to specify user dot, and when it write here body, as key is the body, and at last we need to write maybe that. So we're going to use the date function over here. And we're going to pass that time over here. Time dot. I think that we are not. So yeah, we need to store it inside a variable first.
Can you check your mic? Can you bring it closer to you? I think there is some level of the sound is little bit low. Can
Is
you
it a
please check?
background? Is it background noise?
No, not background. Background is really fine. It's just that the volume is very low. I think if you hold your mic closer to that
Yeah,
while you're speaking.
yeah, for sure. Let me just check the noise. Is it all right now?
Yeah, now it's increased. So if you can pull that, I think the mic volume is very low. So can you please
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
out? Yeah,
Let me just make it.
yeah.
Yeah. So now what we're gonna do is we just need to time dot here. So I think now it doesn't exist inside date. I think date would be enough. Yeah, instead of writing and now we just gonna cross time over here. So it is a type string. So first we need to convert it into a string. So we're gonna convert this into. So there would be a function to convert this into a string. And we get present included. So the time of that element. Yeah. So let's check whether this is going to work. So it says it is in the form of number, and we are passing we are just accepting a string. So we need to put string, and we are good to go. So we have just converted string into a string. It's current time, and that's how we can create a list. Okay, we can now we're going to store the data to the list. Okay, so now we just gonna deploy this constructor again. So it should be test underscore backup. So let's wait for a while. It will take about 2 to 3 about a minute to deploy. Let's refresh the stage, and we will be able to see the 3 arguments over here, which we specified over here. We declare the types over here, and then we declare the name of the arguments which we are going to use in this function. That's called the function. So we're going to pass on the key, So let me just pass on the keys so that the key name and body to be the body over here. And that's all this function. That's fine. And so over here, this is the key. And this has given us the data. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to call this function in the front end. So let's see how we can call this function in the front end. Okay. So let's just go back to the test.frontend file. So over here we have source folder, the app.jsx.
Uh, can you like the voice is still not clear. Is there any other? Do you have any other headphone? If you can try it out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If possible, that will make it very great.
Just give me 2 minutes. I will.
Yeah. Sure, sure. You take your time, no issues. Really sorry for this, for this disruption, right? Whatever, for example, if you are facing, you're not able to understand any aspect of this, we can also hold separate doubt sessions, right? You can write to me, right? Regarding any errors or issues regarding this workshop, right? We'll make sure I'll personally cater to every single question, right, and get it sorted on priority. Really sorry for the voice issue, right? In the meanwhile, if you guys have how many people, if you have go through the docs, right, or have started building up, right, or need any help with the idea, apart from the technical help that we will be providing up, we are also will help you out, finalizing any idea that what you're gonna build, right? So on ICP, there is lot to be built on DeFi side of things, right? When we talk about DeFi infrastructure, there's nothing on the great side with a great number of users. There is no large number of games that are available, right? These are the key themes where you can turn around things, right, and see okay what you can build, right? If you need any sort of help with the ideation phase, we can help you out with our previous experience with organizing numerous hackathons for ICP in different regions, right? So please use this chat box to ask any question that you might feel this is something that I'm looking to have answered, right? We'll make sure that everything gets answered from my side, right? We will be starting off in a minute or two. Please use the chat box to have your any of the questions answered. I think you guys are good, right? Still, you can use the chat box anytime for having your questions answered, right? Whether it's technical, whether it's related to ideas, right? And if you wanted to, registrations are extended, right, till 16th of April, right? So if your friends, your teammates who haven't registered yet, right, have 5, 6 more days where they can join this up, register here, right, and start your development journey onto the ICP. So these are just 5 starting workshop, right? And apart from that, we'll help you out with any technical issues or on ideation phase, anything that you wanted, because there are a lot of incubator opportunities available, right? Uh, just to give you a context, right? Definity Foundation yesterday launched a $15 million uh, accelerator fund, right? That is dedicated to startups that are building over ICP, right? So this hackathon will be helping you out into that aspect, right? And you can take full advantage of this. Is the voice is clear now? Can we start?
Yeah, yeah, we can start now. Is it all right now?
Yeah, it's better comparatively.
Okay, okay. So, is there anything else? So,
Yep.
is there background
Uh,
noise coming from my side?
no, no. Now it's clear. You can use this, you can share the screen now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, sorry for the indulgence. Let's just now get back to the code. So, yeah, we were discussing how we can connect backend and front end with it. Okay. So, yeah, now we have developed some code inside backend, and let's see how we can develop and how we can connect backend with front end. So basically, with the help of this, you can develop a full stack application. Okay. So let me show you how you can develop and how you can import those functions and how you can run these functions uh, from the front end. Okay. So over here, we have imported the, the what we say, the declarations from the uh, declarations folder. So what is declarations over here? So when we deploy our project, whenever we deploy our backend, so declarations are generated. So if you go inside the declarations, so you would be able to find some TypeScript files, and there would be some index.js, and over there you would be able to see some code written. So this is auto-generated code. You need not to worry about it. Okay, so this will automatically be generated by TFX. Okay, you need not to worry about it, and so you just need to do one thing. You just need to import this declarations. So if you build your canister, if you create your project, so this declarations will be pre-written. So this will be imported, the pre-written code. Okay. So if you're going to import this, so this is how you can import the declaration. And now what we need to do is we need to, so over here, they have executed a function that is create. Earlier there was create. And now we just need to use a function that is this one, whose name is store. Okay. So I put a dot, and we just need to write the name of the function, that is store, store. And inside that function, we need to pass 3 arguments. Okay. So how we're going to pass these arguments? So they have created a field, as you can see. In the same way, we just need to create 3 more fields, and let me just create those 3 more fields in the form. So let me just copy this up, and instead of writing the name over here, we can just specify. Let's specify the file, or let's write P over here, and over here we're going to change the name. So it would be, so let's write the P over here instead of writing name. So they are targeting the element of name, so we need to target the element of P. And yeah, so we just need to copy these keys and paste it down over here. So sorry for that. We just need to copy these 2 lines, and let's paste it about 3 times. Yeah. So over here there would be title. Let's write title, and over here there would be title, and there would be content or message. can write anything. Let's write content. So content. So going to be empty, and there would be content as well. So now we need to get the data from this field. So how are we going to get the data? So we just need to target these values. Okay. So over here they have written name. Let's change the name. And instead of writing the name over here, we just need to write what we say. So we can write key and pass that key over here. And yeah. So there are three more things. So let's just just copy this line over here. And the element's name was title. Let's just write down some title. And there would be content. And let's change its name. So there would be title. And over here there would be content. Yeah. So now we need to pass these arguments inside this function. Okay, so we need to pass these variables inside this function as an argument. Okay, so let's write title, and over here there would be content. So yeah, so this will give us some response. So let's change the name of the state, and let's find out where the greeting is. Let's change its name as well. So greeting is over here, and they have specified greeting over here. Instead of writing, you can write response. Or yeah, you can write response over here. And only there we could change its name. Response, and over here we can read response. Yeah. Now we need to set the state. So over here we're gonna just pass it down. We can change its name as well. So this is just an argument. This is just a parameter. So this doesn't affect anything. So we just going to pass this parameter inside this set response. Okay, state. So let's create three more states. So let's create one more state to store the data. Okay, to store the response which we will get. Okay, so this was the response which it was storing. Okay, when the store function was called. Okay, now we need to store the data which this function will give us. Okay, this test function. Okay, so let's create a state for that as well. So how we will create the state? So we just need to write data set data. So instead of writing string, we can just leave this empty. Yeah. Now we can put a debugger over here as well. See what is the response we are getting. And in the same way, now this is the form which was clicked. So yeah, let's just first handle the store function. Okay. So let's just deploy this. Let's see what we will get. Let's deploy print and VFX. Yeah, now it is all right. So VFX deploy. Let's run VFX deploy. It will deploy all the chemistry which are present over here. So front-end chemistry will take some time to deploy. So let's wait for a while. So yeah, now it is deploying the front end canister. It will take about 10 seconds to deploy. Over here. So I have opened the link of the backend canister. Let me to open this link. You can see it's so this is I haven't styled this up, so you can style this up and you can write your own code whenever you want it to. So right now we are just focusing on functionality. So let's write something over here. So we could write we could write some title. So it could be title. It could be. Let's open the console as well to see the response if we are getting error or not. And over here we can write sorry. And let's pick this up, and it will take some time to execute. So as you can see, we got the response, and our this means the function has been executed successfully. Okay. So if we go inside candidate UI, and if we pass the same response over here, check whether our data is here or not. Yes, we have the data over here. So now this means this worked properly. So that's how we can connect the front end and back end. Okay. So how are we going to fetch the query function? So there is the same process for that as well. So we just need to we can create another function. Okay. To get the data. Okay. So we can hit that function whenever we get the data, whenever we're gonna get the data. Okay. Function get data, and and there we are gonna just copy this stuff. So we are gonna just create an event dot. So over here there will be event default. So in order to prevent any single thing, so in order to prevent the default, we're gonna just write that up. And over here, yeah. So now what we're going to do is we are going to just call this test backend. And inside this test backend, let me just show you the test backend first, that you can see how we are calling these functions from test backend. Why we're not reporting the types yet? This is because this code is first compiled into the code of Rust. Okay. So this TypeScript code is converted into the code of Rust, the Rust code, and then it is executed inside canister. So the JavaScript can't understand Rust, so the front end can't understand Rust. That's why we have created a solution for it, that is declarations. So they stores every single the replica of those functions which we created in the backend. We store this over here, okay, and that's how things work. So as you can see, we have created the function in the backend. So that's how this is the language for the candidate. Okay, so this is the candidate language. So you need not to worry about it. It is automatically generated. This is just for knowledge. So how functions are called from declaration. Okay, so that's how the functions are called. So now we just need to get the test from the backend. So we are going to just put test backend dot. Let me just zoom it a little bit. Now it's all right. Test. It's test. Yeah. The name of the function is test. Yeah, it is test. So what we're going to do is we are going to just pass the argument. We're going to take up the field. We're going to just create a new form. Let me just create a new form which takes up a field. So let me just close the form tab, and over here we can create a function whose name is get data. So get data. Yeah. So on submit, we'll do something. And what we are going to do is we're going to just pass and a label and input field. So over here there would be field, and let's just write here some text. Get your data by writing from your key. From your key. Yeah. And now we just need to submit this form. So let's create a button. Let's create a button, and its type would be submit. And there would be there we would write submit, and there would be I forgot to write button over here, and there we go. So we just need to take this function over here, and we can use event. Okay, so the name of this thing is key. So we're going to create a new variable whose name would be key, and we can use the DOM API to target that key. Okay, so I got elements dot key dot value, and we are just going to pass this key over here, and then we are going to just access the response. There would be a callback function. Yep, and then we need to console the log. We could write data over here and just pass that data. And we just need to use the set state in order to store our data inside a state. And just pass that data over there. And we are just going to show that data here. So instead of writing greeting, we could just write data. Yeah, now we are good to go. Right. Let's just check whether there is an issue or not. Yeah, everything is all right. So now we are good to go, good to deploy this project. And let's wait for a while. So it will take about 2 to 3 seconds. Yeah, we are good to deploy. So as you can see, yeah, styling. So forgive me for styling. So there's not enough time to style this thing. So yeah, we just need to pass that key over here, and then we will get the data. Yeah, we got an error. Let's see. We got data, so there was some error. Let's just check that out. Okay. Let's see what is error. So we are getting a data, but this passing property object over here, and then deploy. I think this should work. Let's just check whether we have that service page. Go left, and we are good. Just refresh it. So Gates is giving us error. So let me just open this up. So it says, so yeah, there is an error. So we just need to process this data up. Okay. So let's just check. Let's just remove this thing first, and let's see what is the error which we are getting. Let's see how we are getting the data. What is the format of getting the data? Let's wait for a while. Yeah. So let's write over here. Yeah. You can see we are getting the data in an array, and inside that array, we have an object. So we need to pass that object. Okay. So we are making some mistake. So what is that mistake? That mistake is we need to access that array. Okay. And we need to pass 0 over there. And then we are good to go. I think let's just redeploy this game. So let's check that out, whether it's working all right or not. Let's hit provide. Let's write key over here. So yeah, now as well we are getting error. Let's see if this is the error. Let's just redeploy this again. There must be an error of formatting. Okay, so there must be an error that state is not able to store something. Okay, but there must be, we must be storing some data that is not right. Let's check. And let's execute it. Okay, so let's check whether what is the error. Let's wait for a while. And let's try T over here. So we're getting an array, and inside its 0th index, we have our data. So what we need to do is, let's check whether how we are going to get this thing. So we need to format this data out. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to just access this thing, and inside that, let's just console this up. So check. Let's check whether what we are getting. Yeah. So this is the format of data which we are getting. So we will figure it out that how we can store our data. So right now, it's how we can store our data. So let me just put one more thing. Let's just write body over here. So data dot then. So we need to pass this up inside the data. Yeah. Let's check now. So let's check this out in 2034. And over here, we are getting error array. And at the zeroth index of that array, we are getting so at zeroth index. So let me just go to console and let's pass the over here. So yeah, we are not getting any data. I think we should handle this response with .10. Let's use .10 data. And let's try to call that function inside it. Let's console the data. So the row and data. So the name could be different. Let's write A over here. Let's write an A. We need to specify an arrow function over here. Let's write P. So yeah, it is not a function. So it is not a function. So yeah, let's just check this up. What is the error we are getting right now? Yeah, now we can store the data. Now it's all right. So at zero index, so this will again give us error. This is because we haven't formatted the data in the form of TypeScript, okay, in the form of JavaScript. So still won't be able to show you the data. Let's just comment this out and let this check this up. Let's just start over here. So yeah, and we need to dig inside this DOM and we need to access so let's just check what we were getting. I think I haven't saved it. Let's write P over here. And let's write submit. So we need to access the body first. Okay. So let's access body, data dot body. Let's just refresh it. And let's write P. Yeah, we can see the data is over here. And same thing we can do with this thing as well. So over here. And we have user ID. And we can show user ID as well. And we have heading. Let's write heading over here. And now we are good to go. Let's hit P again. And then we will be able to see the data. So that's how you can access the data. So yeah, you must remember that you will be getting data in the form of array of 0 at 0th index of the array. So there would be an object and that you need to access, and that you need to store that thing inside the state. Okay, then only you would be able to access the data properly. So yeah, that is a thing, and that's how we can connect the front end and back end. Okay, so if you have any doubts about this, and you can ask about it. Okay. So that is pretty much it.
Thank you. Please, anyone, if you are having any questions regarding today's workshop, right, or the previous workshops, right? Have you gone through the developer documentation, right? And anything that you are having any issue regarding any particular aspect, right? Please feel free to use the chat box to ask any questions, right? And we can answer that up. So the next workshop that we want to take is it's on 16th, right? 16th April, right? And that workshop will be based on deploying your project, right? So now in this workshop, it was about connecting the front end back end, and now it will be about deploying it on the mainnet, right? How you can redeem the coupons, right? How you can get the cycles out of it, and then use it to deploy on the main ICP blockchain, right? So cycles are basically is a payment that you make on uh, ICP blockchain to secure your space, for your project. Okay, this we can host it down, right? So that is but basically the cycles is right. So that entire process will be covered into the next lecture, right? So please do tune at the same timeline, same time, same link on 16th of April, right? So the fourth workshop will be on the 16th of April, right? In the meantime, go through the developer documentation, reach out to us in case of any problem, anything that you wanted to learn, right? Any issues that you might be facing up, right? Will truly help you out, right? And any issues that you might be having, right? So we are here for that, right? If you have any questions, please drop into the chat box, or otherwise, I think we can uh, close this off for today, right? And then reconnect at 16th of April.
So I have dropped some of the videos over here, things of the videos from which you can learn things out. Okay, you can get the core concept clear with these videos as well. So there's a video, there are about 20 to 30 videos which can help you explain the architecture of ICP as well. That's it.
So that this video will be really helpful, right? Whoever is looking to start off and get their project started off, right? Please do this, right? Complete your registrations, right? And let's meet on 16th, right? Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time joining up. Thank you.